wondering how much inventory I had if I was going to go back down into the ruins. Fortunately, there's now a shortcut through said ruins. Went backwards. This way. But yeah, Windstory just sours Birch to the circle even more, because he pretty much came out of this whole experience with the Daedalus Shelves, deciding that he's gonna go full elf from this point on, swear, renouncing the Maker, renouncing Andra, stay in seeing her only as a historical figure, and worshiping the creators, trying to learning as much Elven language as he can, even if it's not much, and wearing Elven jewelry, maybe adding a dash of elfiness to his uniform, that kind of thing. Full Elven apostate. Who are these guys?
You are not welcome here. Doing the Templars' dirty work for them, eh? Templars or mages, it means nothing to us. There is dark power here, and you won't stand in our way.
More foes approach!
Maybe I should have brought Alistair for this.
This really gets the blood pumping.
I must.
It will be done.
Honestly, I can't help but feel that this.
We must have victory.
Shall we compete for points?
We have done well!
Awesome.
Honestly, I can't help but feel that the game likes throwing bad mages at you to try and justify the existence of Templars, to show you, see, this is why Templars are needed. Even though, yeah. Look.
Friends, turn back, please. These woods are a danger to those who do not know the paths.
Aneurin?
Wait, I remember your face. But younger, more impulsive, stern. Wynne?
I thought they had killed you.
They very nearly did. The Templars found me while I was searching for the Dalish. They ran me through and left me for dead.
I brought this on you. Oh, I was a dreadful mentor, harsh and impatient. I am sorry for the way I treated you.
I've put that behind me, and you should too. I didn't fit in with the Templars in your chantry. My path lay elsewhere.
Irving is a reasonable man. He will find some way for you to return. The Circle needs new blood. It needs to change.
I have fond memories of Irving. He was always kind to me. I will consider your proposal, and perhaps I will speak with Irving. However, I promise nothing. Perhaps the mage you seek is right in front of you. The Grey Warden is a mage, no? The Blight will not last forever. Why not look to him to shape the new Circle? It is something both of you should think about. Likewise, my years in the Circle were not a complete waste. I learned more than I let on. You did teach me, Wynne, even if you didn't know it. Look at this. It's the hardened sap of a tree native to this forest. It's been something of a lucky charm for me, and now I want you to have it.
Very well. I'm grateful. May your gods smile on you, Aneurin.
And on you.
When he ran away from the Circle, why do you want him to go back? It's like, when the Templars tried to kill him, and if he goes back to the Circle, he'll be branded Maleficar, and they'll probably kill him or make him tranquil. He's happier with the Dalish. Why do you want him to go back so badly? Why don't you realize that not all mages belong in the Circle? It's like, he was miserable in the Circle. He was miserable under the Chantry's law, but he's happy with the Dalish. They accepted him. They loved him. Just when?
Oh, you've done it now. You've surely done it now. Oh, you've done it now. You've surely done it now. Oh, you've done it now. Hold on, you. That's private property. That's an old man's home, that is. Keep out. Keep out. Oh, you've done it now. You've surely done it now.
And I can't interact with him. But thankfully I know a few tricks up my sleeve to get what he was selling anyway. How much room do I have? Well, I can spare a trip into the ruins. But it's like, when, for God's sakes, the Templars tried to kill your apprentice, why do you want him back in the Circle? You know, he's not a Circle mage anymore, he's a Dalish elf. You know, the Dalish accept him for his magic. You know, he's happier here. And, you know, this has also been kind of eye-opening for Burge, because he sees, oh, the Dalish took a Circle mage and gave him a home and loved him, and look how happy he is. Just, yeah, win. So let's, I think we'll move backwards, because that's about where we started to run out of room. Almost ran right past the treasure pile. Because, you know, Wynn preaches a lot about how, oh, the Circle is the best place for a mage. It protects them from the outside world. And, you know, Burge didn't much appreciate how she tried to tell him that, oh, the Circle saved you and it gave you a home. Isn't that lovely? And he's like, no. The Circle also ruined my best friend's life. The first enchanter baited my best friend with blood magic, and then we're gonna make him tranquil for something they baited him into. Because, you know, he kind of finds himself wishing that the Dalish...
It will be done.
He'd run away and found the Dalish now. Because imagine how much better his life would have been.
Of course.
But on the other hand, he never would have met Jawin. Never would have become a Grey Warden. So it's not a complete loss. Zevran. Anything else in here? Doesn't look like it. And, you know, in the Calling, not the Calling, but in Asunder, Wynn is rightfully called out for her hypocrisy, because, you know, she keeps preaching that, oh, the mages need to just shut up and accept that they belong in the Circle, and yet, thanks to her, she stopped the Blight, so she gets to come and go as she pleases. And she keeps finding excuses not to go back to the Circle. And she was all but ready to disown her son after finding out he was a libertarian. But, you know, sadly, you can't really disagree with Wynn on most of this, and most you can just say, oh yeah, I hated the Circle, personally. But you can't say,
As you like.
damn it. Well, there's another glass phylactery.
This really gets the blood pumping. Time for a little bloodletting, I see.
It will be done.
Take that! Die! I still remember my first battle.
Nerakyun!
Of course.
Well, that's 3 out of 6. Seriously. Just like, Wynne, why are you like this? I mean, I know exactly why she's like this. And honestly, one of the big differences between her and Anders is because, you know, Anders, he was taken to the Circle when he was 12 years old, which is older than most Circle Mages, so he remembers what it was like before he was kidnapped and arrested. He remembers his mother and his life before. But Wynne was taken long enough that she was pretty much indoctrinated into the Circle's teachings, along with the fact that she didn't have a good experience before
Very
she
well.
got there. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me at the temp if sometimes the Chantry will send out some of the nicer Templars to kind of act as the savior to the poor put upon mage who would have been killed by
Of course.
non-mages. You know, it's pretty insidious when you get right down to it. Can I go back up here? Yes, I can.
It will be done. Very well.
Can I... Huh. This corpse is sparkling, but I can't seem to loot anything from it. Ah. Can Zevran open that? No. God damn it, Zevran. Even after I give him all this stuff, that increases his cunning skills. But actually, I wonder.
Of course. Of course.
There it goes. Pretty sure this is the point where I ran out of room. So we'll go back down to the other room. We'll give that to Alistair when we get back to camp. Oh yeah, now it disappears. honestly, you can only give like minimal amount of like debate with Wynne in this game. You know, you can't talk about how you were all ready to throw yourself in with the Libertarian Fraternity and declare freedom for all mages, and you can't say like, oh, if I do go back to the circle, I'm gonna join Fiona's cause and make sure that mages everywhere are free, because they don't deserve the shitty treatment they get. I'm trying to remember if there are more locked chests in the in these ruins that I need to get. I'm pretty sure there are, but just to be sure, might as well.
Speak on.
Speak on.
Thought there was a chest in here. Huh. Maybe it's on the other side. Because I remember it was just in the same room as... I thought it was in the same room as the phylactery, but I guess not. Honestly, with the amount of backtracking we're doing right now, you might want to use this opportunity to draw or knit or do other kind of projects. Ah, here it is.
As you like.
Yeah, apparently if you... Apparently if you want most of the Mad Hermit stuff, you gotta get it before you break the curse. Thankfully, I know how to get the items. I can just console command the other items in, and we'll be good. Because he also gives you a helmet for the Ancient Elven sets, as well as a Codex entry. I mean, honestly, console commands are... That's one of those things where it's like, if you use the console, then you can't upload your save into Dragon Age Keep. But hey, I don't pay Dragon Age Inquisition that much anyways, so yeah. Anything in here? No. And if you're not, you gotta be careful when using the console, because otherwise you can pretty much corrupt your save. Or not corrupt it, but ruin your save file. Nothing in there. Pretty sure there's nothing in here we need to get. Oh yeah, that's the open ritual room. I mean, honestly, I wish you could be more fuck the Templars and fuck the Circle in this game. I mean, you could give a few. I mean, after the Circle incident, Birch kind of reflected on what made Uldred start his revolution, and he kind of concludes that, well, if the Circle wasn't such a shitty place to live, then maybe Uldred wouldn't have felt the need to do anything. I mean, especially after Loghain promised the Circle that it would gain independence if they supported him. But you know, even in this game, the writers are trying to justify the Templars' existence. And you know, after this game came out, the writers were surprised that, oh, what do you know, people were siding with the oppressed underdogs who are locked in a tower and have all their basic human liberties taken away. And, everything that Anders says in the second game about how awful it was for mages, yeah, he's talking about Kinlochhold, the Freldon Circle, which is supposed to be one of the nicer, more liberal circles.
Thank you so much. Yes, you led me to Aneurin. You persisted, even though I was sure all you were going to find was a dead end. I will never be able to repay you for what you've done for me. Finding Aneurin allowed me to bring that chapter of my life to a close. I feel free. A great weight has been lifted off my heart. This moment, it feels like the moment before the sunrise, when all the world is still, holding its breath, waiting for first light. I can stop thinking about my past and look forward to the future. Thank you, my friend. You will always have my gratitude.
It was the least he could do.
It doesn't have better things to do. Oh yes, that I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Gollum, snarl at that villager there, be fearsome. And of course, I would have to do it. I'd have happily stomped them all into paste, and then ripped down their little houses and stomped on them, too. In fact, after 30 years of watching them, I'd do it twice. What I didn't like was being ordered to do it. Dangled in front of those frightened morons like some scary thing. Once I was a statue, it took those villagers years before they'd even approach me. The first one to actually work up the nerve to touch me urinated himself. Ugh. That is where Wilhelm kept me. He wanted me out in the open where I could be frightening like a scarecrow. I was supposed to watch for thieves. Pah! Plus, his wife didn't want me indoors. She said there wasn't room for me. Hag. Humph! I was once larger, 10 feet tall. Then the loathsome hag complained that I couldn't fit through the doors. So the mage had me shrunk down. Can it believe it? And she still wanted me out. With a chisel and a lot of nerve.
And, fun fact, shit was going to be, much bigger than this, but they couldn't fit through the doors.
He did love using that control rod. Fondled it so much his wife actually threatened to throw it in the lake. Ha! I would have liked to have seen that. Which reminds me, where did it find the rod? Did it pay a great deal for it? Good. Clearly, I am worth it. I traveled with the mage. He did a lot of traveling, I remember that. But where we went, it is rather fuzzy. I remember great battles, fighting many humans long ago. They were all very soft and squishy. And before that, No, there are only images. I was somewhere dark. I have no idea. Wilhelm used to brag that the dwarves stopped making golems centuries ago. I do not age as you soft creatures do. Sadly, my memory is no better. Plus, I get bored and stop paying attention. Good. I was just about done talking about it. It does like to have a good chat now and again, doesn't it?
He's like, yeah, I paid a lot of money for your control
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? I'm sure you...
Enchantment? Enchantment!
Let's see. I think we'll put this and this there. And we'll give the rest to the circle.
You will have the best equipped army Ferelden has ever seen.